Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Draper. We're at 2116 East Falcon Ridge Drive. We have the camera pushed out 126 feet to the city connection. And now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So you'll notice a little bit of water running. This first connection point is called the nose on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. We're not going to see much for a minute while this water's still draining, and so we'll give it a second for it to stop. It's like a little bit of a rough edge, or maybe a little bit of buildup on that transition right before it drops into that city line. Right on the bottom of the pipe there's a little bit of buildup. Certainly not the worst that I've seen, but it's never good to have a little bit of a rough spot where waste could potentially get stuck. Other than that, that nose on looks good. This is PVC pipe, or SDR. So far it looks like the grade is good. That's one thing that I'll be looking at the entire way back, is that you don't have any standing water. A little tiny bit of running water is just fine. I run water to help push the camera out. I didn't find many access points here. I found one in a basement closet that backs up to a bathroom. You can always pull toilets and access a line through there, but it's best to have access points, 3-inch, 3.5-inch access points, so that you can put a cable down the line if it needs to be cleaned, or so you can easily put a camera down the line. With my one camera head, I'm able to get my camera through this smaller spot. I can put my larger camera down, which didn't make a difference here, but I think you'd be a little limited in cabling through this small access point. And so that'll add to the expense if that ever needs to be done in the future. That looks like an access point there, so probably out in the yard you have another access point. I didn't see it, and so there's a good chance it's been cut off and buried. A little bit of a drop there, and it looks like another access point there. So there's a lip here. Luckily it's dropping down where waste isn't going to get caught and directly hit that lip. That's the access point right outside the house. And so where it transitions from PVC to ABS, that's usually right around the foundation. And then we have this roughly 70 feet under the basement slab. Already seen a little bit of buildup, tiny bit of standing water. The reason we look for standing water is because that's what indicates flat spots, or bellies. You always want to have proper slope, otherwise grease can settle, and it makes it real sticky where waste can collect and create a blockage. Can't tell if that's hair or root. I mean, it's tough to predict what sort of waste in a line will cause a blockage. I certainly wouldn't expect that little piece of debris to cause a blockage, but if you really want to be proactive, you can always clean a line and have all that removed. Very good. So it really looks like the line's performing the way that you want it to be. Tiny bit of buildup. You have that one spot where there was a little bit of an offset, but it was in a direction that is going to make it real hard for waste to get caught on it. And so really it looks like it's performing the way that you want it to be. I'm going to end this recording now.